Growing your practice can be difficult, and we understand that. When you're trying to either grow from just getting by or you have a thriving practice and you're trying to take it to that next level, there's a lot of factors that go into breaking through that ceiling of complexity. And a lot of times you can feel like you're left on an island, right? You don't have the proper hiring and training or marketing or finances, business decision making, communication. There's a lot that goes into having a well oiled machine practice. And sometimes when you're trying to do it alone, you can feel overwhelmed or you just don't really know what the path is to go on. And so MCM Mastery really does a good job of solving that for you, at least helping you with that process. And we have offered a unique scenario where we're going to do coaching and we're going to do marketing for you, right? We're going to have three things that this going to involve. One is coaching. Two is we're going to have a online academy, the Chiropractic Success Academy will be part of it, and you'll have access to lessons and trainings and systems and playbooks. Also, the dashboard, which we'll dive into in a second. And then third, you're going to have custom marketing production and distribution. It's not going to be just canned content for you. It's actually going to be you as the expert, and then we do all the heavy lifting. And so let's break that down for a second and go over what the custom marketing looks like. We're going to ask that you create a few pieces of content, maybe shoot 4 videos for us, and you just send those to them to a Dropbox. And then from there, we will actually brand it to you, get it onto your YouTube. We'll do all kinds of different things with that content, but it will be specific to you. We're trying to make you the talent, highlight you as a subject matter expert, and then we will produce it and distribute it out through all the channels. And so I'm going to show you here in a second what I mean by some of the branding that'll be unique to you. It won't be kind of cookie cutter branding. It won't be MCM branding. It'll actually be your practice, color scheme, logo, things like that. But when you send us that video and we produce it, we're going to have a whole process where you're going to end up having a couple of blogs produced from that are specific to the content you created upon your approval. We're going to get your YouTube built out and put it on there. We're going to get blogs on your website with the videos embedded onto it. We're going to email, social media, Google My Business posts, and ultimately drive the content distribution for you. So now your practice is essentially plugging on our marketing team to it and allow us to do it for you once you have provided us with great content. And we have a marketing coordinator, director, we're a whole process to really help your team with your marketing. And so let me actually just do a few different screen shares on what we talked about here. I'm going to go to here. And you can see this is just our clinic with some branding, right? And then it goes right into a video there. Good. And so that'll be how we will brand your video with your color scheme and logo and the content, pictures of you within the video right here. And it'll go right into the video. And so that's just an example of how we will brand your marketing. Again, once you get the kind of logo, color scheme, and all that going, we'll get your approval and then go from there with it. Now, one of the things I mentioned was the CSA, the Chiropractic Success Academy. You will now have access to that as an MCM member, and you will have the online academy. So let me show you that. And then I'm going to show you the digital dashboard, which is just great and really help you track and be proactive with not only your practice analytics, but also your marketing. So I'm going to screen share. And then this is just the inside of the academy. We got a full website, csacircle.com. You can check that out as well. You can access it from our site here. But when you enter in, we're going to recommend you go through the success path. Like you can see here, we've got module 1, the foundation, module 2, your clearly defined audience and congruent message. Module 3, strategic content marketing. And you see a bunch of different lessons in there. Module 4, money matters. Module 5, the patient experience. 6, business fundamentals. 7, designing your life. And our recommendation is you roll through that first, and then below that, we've got all kinds of channels, marketing channel with a bunch of different lessons. So if I say, we need to touch up on tagging appropriately in your MailChimp email list, right? We've got a lesson on that, or a lesson on your Google My Business. We've got one on there. And so we've got a lot of things in there that really become the systems and trainings and education for your team and your practice. And you can see this is very well built out. and we're designing it such that it's not overwhelming. So you follow that success path. And then we have a playbook section here that we build out where it will say, okay, here's the playbook of scaling your one office. And then it'll kind of tie in certain lessons and strategies you should learn and implement for your practice. So all that stuff you wish you had in chiropractic school is in this academy. And then part of our coaching that we talked about, we guide you in group coaching calls. We have great group coaching calls, some one-on-one targeted calls with our experts, and then guiding you and directing you to particular lessons that you may need on cash flow management, right? And so this is the inside of the academy. The other thing I had mentioned was the practice analytics and the dashboard. So you can see here, this is how you can track your practice. And it's great. All you got to do is go in. I'm going to go to January 2022. You enter in the blue. So new patients, office visits, and collections. And then it tabulates all the green. And if I go up into here and I want to say, well, how did I do in Q1 of 2022? I've set the parameters here as such. You can change all that. And then it spits out, okay, you averaged 27.3 new patients. You averaged 395 office visits, 22,000 and change as far as revenue. Your patient visit average is 14.5. Your office visit average, on average, you have $57.38 per visit. And then running new patient value is $829. And so you can track your progress as you go with the analytics, right? And again, just down here, we've got resources to watch videos on how to do the actual mechanics of each of these. One of the things I like is you go into participants and you would invite our marketing coordinator. And from there, they will not get any of your practice analytics or marketing budget as you see here, but they'll get your planners. Like here's the marketing planner. So if I wanted to build out Q3's marketing plan, we did this on one of our recent group coaching calls with everybody. And from there, we like, okay, July, we're building out a headache campaign. We're going to do 4 videos that month, 2 blogs, weekly emails, social media posts. And then you have some one-off things, right? You might want to do a new website, or you're going to start doing attorney meetings. It's really good. What you do is you set your year plan here, and you can see you got the different columns. You can add and subtract columns on what you want to do for your marketing planning, and then you cherry pick them, drag and drop. It's all nice functionality to build out your marketing planner. We also have the indicator scorecard, editorial calendar, where you build out your month of content. And so these tools really help you be proactive in your marketing and help coordinate our team with your team to make sure that there is that bridge, and what you want to get done for marketing is getting done on our end. And you now can focus on treating patients and creating 4 or 5 or 3 pieces of good content per month, which isn't a big ask. And we work on that. Like in our coaching calls, we talk about marketing strategy and campaigns. We'll talk about ad budgets and ads and everything in between on really how to grow your practice. Okay. So what MCM Mastery is a combination of marketing, production, and distribution for you, right? It is going to be group coaching calls with me leading them. And we have a great group of members, and everybody's engaged, and we're bouncing off ideas, good brainstorming. Individual targeted phone calls if you need on particular things or something that might be a topic that you don't want to share in a group call. We've got experts, including myself, for that. And then lastly is the Chiropractic Success Academy, with the academy part and the digital dashboard. And with all of that, now you can really have a great team to plug into your practice. I once recorded a podcast about having, your business should have scaffolding, right? You see a big building that's being erected, all that scaffolding around it where they're kind of building it. And then once it's done, they'll take it away. Well, we're like the scaffolding of your practice from a marketing and business standpoint, because it's really just too expensive to have any of that in-house. And most of us are just not trained in those things. And so for a very reasonable investment, you can really have that scaffolding for your practice. And that's what MCM Mastery is. So check us out. You can have a consult call with us for free to see if it's a right fit, and then we can get you growing in your practice today.